This is the Crowdcrux Crowdfunding Podcast with Sal Briggman, where we cover everything you need to know to launch a successful crowdfunding campaign. We speak with proven entrepreneurs who've raised money from the crowd and want to teach you how to do the same. Stay tuned because we're about to reveal how to launch your dream project. With your host, Sal Briggman.
Before we get started with this podcast episode, I want to take a second to introduce you to my friends at Fulfillrite. If you need help shipping out your Kickstarter or Indiegogo perks or rewards, Fulfillrite is the absolute best company for you. I've been working with them for a while and I can vouch for their services. They make it dead simple and take all of the headache out of shipping out all of those boxes, all of those orders to your backers and your customers. If you want to check them out, go to fulfillrite.com at FULFILLRITE.com. What up, crowdfunders? Salvador Briggman here. Welcome back to the Crowdfunding Demystified podcast. On this show, we get into crowdfunding. We get into how to raise money for a Kickstarter campaign, an Indiegogo project, and also how to persuade people of the value of what it is that you're doing. Today, I had the privilege of speaking with a very successful female entrepreneur, the individual behind MOFT, M-O-F-T, the world's first invisible laptop stand. This project has raised over $800,000 on Kickstarter from more than 28,000 backers, a super successful project. In addition, this individual, they were a little bit, I think, shy in the beginning, a little bit uncertain because English is not her first language. So just bear with us for a little bit while she kind of warms up to the audience. But eventually we get to some really cool tips and nuggets in terms of how to have a better launch, things that she's learned since being on Kickstarter, what it's actually like to run one of these really big projects. So you're going to learn some good advice there, particularly if you are outside the United States or English is not your first language. I would look at this as an inspirational episode that anyone out there, as long as you focus on a problem and you focus on a product that solves that problem, you can actually do some really great things in this world. Before we get into the episode, I really quickly want to say that if you're interested in gaining access to my step-by-step guide walking you through how to launch an effective campaign via crowdfunding, you can go to this link, crowdcrux.com/crowdfunding. That is crowdcrux.com/crowdfunding, crowdcrux.com/crowdfunding. That link will take you to, basically, you can just enter your name and email, and I'll start sending you emails warming you up to how to launch one of these projects and some of the common strategies, some of the things you should be aware of, some of the things that probably aren't mentioned anywhere else out there online that you really should know before you hit that launch button. In addition, I wanted to mention that if you enjoy podcasting, if you listen to other podcasts, if you've been listening to me for a little bit and you've been thinking about maybe launching your own show, like your own podcast, that is something that I can help you with. So I just released a new free course walking you through some of the things that I've learned about podcasting since 2015. So my podcast has done more than 100,000 downloads, more than 200 episodes that we produce, incredible successful entrepreneurs that have come on the show. And with this free course, I share with you some of the things that I've learned when it comes to getting the word out there about your podcast, improving your voice, a good equipment package for beginners that they should start with. And I share that with you in this free course. So if you're interested in getting access to that, the link for that is crowdcrux.com/free podcasting course. crowdcrux.com/free podcasting course. Enter your name and email, and I will start sending you some emails warming you up to podcasting so that maybe someday you can launch your own show. You can launch your own podcast. You can talk with guests. You can have your voice impact the world, and you can also sound pretty good while doing it. I hope that I can help you with that because I do have a lot of information, a lot of things that I've learned in my own podcasting journey. Without further ado, let's get into today's podcast episode. Hey guys, welcome back to the Crowdfunding Demystified podcast. On today's episode, we have the privilege of speaking with an entrepreneur who has raised over $800,000 on Kickstarter, more than 28,000 backers for MOFT, the world's first invisible laptop stand. I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about that. Jaja, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. So this is Jaja. I'm the founder of MOFT. Thank you for having me here today.
Do you think you could tell the listeners a little bit about what MOFT is, what would they would use it for, and how it helps them?
Sure. Because when I create MOF, their purpose, I want to, when I use the computer when I use the computer in coffee shop, I want something that can make my figure like being stretched or
Hmm.
yeah, not that because I am an entrepreneur, so I travel a lot. I will spend most of the time on the coffee shop or hotel. So I can create something that help me with the figure. Yeah.
So this is basically an adhesive laptop stand that makes you move freely and enjoy ergonomic comfort everywhere. This project is really blown up. I mean, congratulations! Like you're
Thank
doing it,
you.
you're killing it. This is an awesome job.
Thank you. It was beyond my expectation. I didn't like expect people love me like this. Yeah.
So what's your background here? Like, have you launched products before? Is this your first campaign?
It is my first campaign. Um, so it's the first product we create. So yeah.
What was
And
your role here with the project? Like, did you come up with the idea? Did you design it? Did you do the marketing?
oh, I am the person come up the idea. My co-founder actually, and she's create this product, and I am doing the marketing and doing I doing marketing and they're powerful the whole team.
How long was it before you came to Kickstarter? Like, you had this idea. Was this like a year ago, like 2 years ago? How long you been working on this?
Almost 1 year and a half.
Wow. And are you
Yeah.
are you like an engineer, or is that your background?
No, my background is marketing because I know I have I have sense of people what people needs. So we create this product.
And in terms of like your background there, were you born in California, or did you immigrate, or where are you from originally?
Originally from China.
Okay.
China.
And how long have you been in the United States?
Just 4 years.
Okay.
Just 4 years.
Um,
I, oh,
I was just gonna say, I think it's pretty impressive what you've pulled off here so far, especially being a female entrepreneur.
thank you,
You
thank you.
know,
Yeah, it's hard.
I think it almost has its own set of challenges. I'd love it if, before we get into some of the advice and like tips and things that you have learned from this journey, can you speak a little bit to that? Like, what is it like being a female entrepreneur in California?
Female entrepreneur. Actually, I think it's yeah. When I doing my business, I think you see you. Sorry, I I think it's I didn't really like focus on my gender actually.
Mm.
So yeah, I just thinking the same. Why there's no much like differences between male and female. That's why I think. And also, uh, uh, we have three co-founders. So two of them are female. So I didn't think there's too much difference. And yeah, sorry.
So you just more only focus on the problem, I guess, that you're trying to solve here.
Yeah, problem solving. Yes, it is.
When it came to this project, why did you decide to go with crowdfunding versus like some other maybe angel investment or a VC or some other, routes?
As a marketer, I know Kickstarter helping a lot of people, from zero to help a lot of people and product from zero to, amazing stage. So I think it's really a good platform. And I saw a lot of my friends and there's project success from Kickstarter. So I think it's really a good channel. So the day I began to do this product, I just made my decision to launch it on Kickstarter. So it takes a year and a half, and then I find that this is a product we most satisfy. This is the version we most satisfy. So then I just directly launch on Kickstarter.
When it came to this particular campaign, I mean, you have a pretty low goal there. And you hit it. It looks like pretty soon.
Yeah, yeah. The logo, because we have an internal argue, and because I am the user of this product, and I'm the one who have this idea. So I told them that, this version, I really like this version, and I think we can probably reach 10,000 backers. But they didn't, they don't have their confidence because we didn't prepare anything ahead. We didn't prepare anything for Kickstarter campaign actually. so they say, maybe 500 a month. I think no. I think there's 10,000 backers. There will be 10,000 backers. So we have some
If there were 10,000 backers, how much would you raise?
10,000 backers? You mean because we saw 14 at the beginning and $19 after first 300 early bird. So actually it's probably 20,000.
How much?
If 10,000 backer, it's $200,000.
Okay, and that's pretty modest for a technology gadget kind of design product. So you're kind of hoping for that, and then
I really confidence in this product because I use when we create this product, I just ban other a laptop stand. So
what was the first week like when you were live on Kickstarter?
Probably 2,000 at the first day, and there's not that much, and maybe 2,000 to 3,000 at the first week average day. I mean.
What were you thinking? What was going through your mind then?
I think it's really successful. It's already beyond my expectation. And at the beginning, there is a few platform feature us back planning and back city. So we got some backers, and after that we post on product hunt. So we got almost 1,300 vote. So it's really getting featured and popular among that platform. So we continue getting traffic.
What did it feel like? After those first week, 2 weeks, first week and a half, you're around $200,000. What did that feel like? From an emotion standpoint, to be able to raise that much.
Yeah, it's really exciting for me. Yeah, but at the same time, I feel it's really responsible because people love it, and so it's kind of we at the same time we got a lot of pressure to making the product more good.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel responsible to the people that are supporting you, basically?
Yes. Yeah.
With your team, this is really good validation. It seems like that this is a year well spent. When it got after that first 2 weeks, I feel like something happened where it kind of took off.
Yes, because we have other outside team to helping out us to do the advertising, and also we send out bunch samples to the media.
Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, because we didn't prepare too much at the beginning, so the amount average we raised is 2,000 to 3,000, as I mentioned. And but after 2 weeks, we decide because we seen the potential of this campaign, so we decide to work with outside a third party. So we hired Jalop as our advertising team to helping us to boost the campaign. At the same time, we prepare the samples to send to the media. And also, we directly reach Unbox Selfie and to ask if they're interested in reviewing this product. And they give us a really positive feedback. So
very cool.
We didn't expect they use a whole episode to introduce our product. We probably thinking we will appear in the YouTube video in 5 minutes or something, but that day we got a huge traffic, and we check it comes from YouTube.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So everyone who have this product, they will have a very positive feedback. So that's why they love to help us, I think.
What's the We the People store that I see you're on display at?
What's your sorry, can you
the We the People? It says it's the only chain physical store in the world.
Yeah. They are at Singapore, and they are one of our partnership who help us to display offline and also sell offline.
So do they offer like crowdfunded products in Singapore there?
Yeah, they will select a lot of good product and just showing offline there.
Interesting. I've actually never heard of these guys. That's cool.
We can know more. I can connect you guys.
I had to interrupt this podcast episode because I want to introduce you to my friends at The Gadget Flow. Their product discovery platform reaches 22 million people per month. They've helped more than 5,000 crowdfunding campaigns thus far, and they have a social media following of more than 700,000 followers. If you want to gain access to their marketplace and list your own product, you can go to thegadgetflow.com/submit and list your project today. So I want to talk a little bit about the effect of media on your campaign, because it seems like it was pretty profound. So one of the takeaways that it seems like you had is you have to prepare samples for the media to send out. Why is that important?
I think because this kind of a product is I think we still want to create a brand when we begin to doing the product. So I think media can bring you some traffic and also the awareness, and also their perspective is more like a object. So I think the media will be benefit for us, and we if we can send them their sample earlier, I think, because it takes some time, so we will gather a proper report.
What were you doing? Were you emailing journalists, or were you emailing the publications, or did you have a list of people you're reaching out to?
Yes, we do. Actually, we post their article on Newswire, and after that we hire some freelancer who have connection to social media, to let them to help us to contact the media, and some of them we will contact them directly if we think their reporter is a fit for us.
Mm-hmm. I think it's so important too to have that story behind the project and to have those good assets. You guys have some really good high quality GIFs and images, and also your video I think helped sell that a bit.
Yeah, that message is really important. We a reason why we didn't do too much preparation, because we all focused the message part.
Mm-hmm. For the shooting of the video, is that something you filmed? Did you outsource that? How did you get that done?
We film them by ourselves. Actually, all of them is our team member. So
really,
yeah. And we didn't have too much budget on it. We just film them by ourselves. But we hire someone who very talented help us to edit this video. So the video counts. We are satisfied with the video. I think people all attracted by the video.
It's very snappy. I mean, it's pretty much just showing people using it, getting a bit of the specs. It's only a minute and 15 seconds. Really short video.
Yes, it is.
When it comes to this project, I think after the first 2 weeks, you saw a lot of growth there. Going back in time, would you have done anything differently here? Would you have prepared a bit more? Would you have done anything differently when it comes to the marketing?
I think post on product hunt, it's something we think is different, because we didn't hear too much hardware product or product post on product hunt. So, and what else? I think.
So posting on product hunt and being just a bit more out there with your messaging. I was looking through your campaign page. I mean, you have some reward tiers here. Like you have a $4,000 tier for distributors.
Yeah, that's a distributor, comes from Hong Kong.
And you have like $500 reward tiers here where you get 50 MOFT stands.
Yeah, that surprised me because when we like a poster doing the reward, I think we think there maybe not that much people will back on their distributor pack. So, but after that, I think there's 30 people back the 500 things, and one directly contact us to say that they want to have a 500 units. So we just create a project for them.
Wow. So these are people that are basically wanting to sell this. I
think so, yes. And so that surprised me too. And but after the campaign, like a success, after campaign raised more than like 200,000, there's a lot of people reach us. And after Unbox Selfie helping us to like a review on YouTube, a lot of YouTubers also contact us. So really thanks for them like helping us out at the beginning.
Was that YouTuber, was that like organic? They just kind of did that, or did you send them a prototype, or?
We will send them the prototype. Yeah.
Okay.
We prepare some for sending them.
Did you do any kind of like paid media with them, or was it pretty much they just decided to cover it?
They just decided to cover it. We didn't do pay media on YouTube. We did some like a pay media on Instagram influencer, but the result is not that good. The ROI is not that good.
Yeah, so for you, video was working a lot better there.
Yes.
When it came to like the different sources of pledges, did you see a lot coming from Kickstarter itself, the platform?
Of course, I think 30%, 25%, 30% of our like funding comes from Kickstarter.
Okay, and those are people I imagine that are just like regularly browsing and they come across, or was it like in your category, would you imagine?
I think they comes from, they comes from their, just browsing everywhere, discover popular. Cause so I know we are always on their popular like a session. So I think most of them comes from there.
What advice would you offer to other people on creating that video for the project?
I think first you have to know what like audience care about, and then you need to do something like clear and straightforward to the message to them. So
how did you personally figure out what the audience cares about?
When I create this product, I think I will use it on a coffee shop and probably library and the airport. So I select three like a scenario, and then I think the most part I will get excited is it's really quick to set up and just take on the go with you, and also it didn't take too much space to store it. So all this part is what I get excited. So I just express what I feel and write a screen, and then we make it. Yeah. So I think the most important part is to know what's their audience care about.
And for you, I guess for a lot of entrepreneurs, it's kind of it's you are the best customer. You're the person who is using this and suffers from that problem. So exploring maybe where you might use it and then making a video from that. Did you put together the entire like campaign page?
Yes, because I will review and revise the whole page if their messages no.
I'm speaking to the crowdfunders in the audience who have already launched a Kickstarter campaign, or have actually even successfully run a campaign. And the reason is, I think you will understand this pain point most. And that is, when you finally do raise money on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, the hardest part is not collecting the cash. The hardest part is shipping out all of those perks and rewards to your backers. It is a nightmare, my friends. It's a lot of spreadsheets, it's a lot of headache, and it's a lot of stress. That's why I recommend BackerKit. If you have not heard of BackerKit, they help you collect surveys, they help you collect data, and the entire fulfillment process is just so much easier and so many less spreadsheets when you use their software. You can check them out at backerkit.com and use CrowdCrux for a special discount. How are you able to do that? Like, were you looking at other successful campaign pages and copying it, or did you draw inspiration from others? Like, how did you know how to put together such a good page?
I will take some reference from other campaign who is really success. I found that the tagline should be something you can may resonate with us, and also the image you must making their image people understand. So we use GIF to instead of some picture, and so I think it's all from a regular user perspective to review our page. It's a good way.
Yeah, it's super image heavy, image centric. You can see all the different places you've been featured in, some of the testimonials there. It's sort of combination of video, GIFs, images. It's very visually appealing. It's really easy to look through.
Because it's an easy product. And so our strategy is just showing the quick image for audience.
Did you do anything like build an email list before you went live, or did you just kind of launch this thing?
We actually because we do this product for more than years. Actually, we create a landing page, but it's totally different product, and we get probably just 100 emails. And after that, we didn't do too much on the preparation for the email list. We just launched it, but we do an event before we launch. Is the beginning day of CES. Do you know the CES show, the Consumer Electronics? Yeah, it shows in Las Vegas. We have a booth there. We showing the product, show off the product.
And then you ask people at CES to back the Kickstarter?
Yes, the first day.
Oh, okay. Because I'm looking at Kicktrack, you got 3,000, 7,000, 5,000, a bunch of pretty big numbers in the first few days. So it looks like that CES kind of helped, and I guess friends and family that also helped in the beginning.
Yeah, we use WeChat because we use WeChat to post their a friend circle, and everyone knows, and they will buy if they like our idea. Yeah.
Interesting. So yeah, WeChat, it seems is used in some countries, and WhatsApp is the other big app, and then I think there's one more. That's kind of interesting that you sort of have a group chat there already, and then you announce it there. It's almost like social media. I'm not too familiar, honestly, with WeChat, the way that works. But
well, WeChat actually WeChat can sell a lot of product if you WeChat is a good platform.
Okay, so can you actually sell products there on WeChat? Just out of curiosity.
Before you can, but right now there's some rules comes out. So
interesting.
Right now you need to pay the tax if you sell something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even know about that. That's kind of cool. So it seems like you learned a lot. I kind of want to ask you, what has been for you, looking back, what have you enjoyed most about this whole journey? Because you guys kind of started as a small team. This is your first product. You've now had massive validation. You've gotten YouTubers talking about you. You've gotten on a lot of different publications. What's been the most rewarding part of this journey for you?
I think their teamwork, and also their the people really love our concept. It's the most encouraging part and the most things I enjoy, because you will prove something that, because this product didn't exist before, and I always try to create this kind of product for a year. Our team probably there is no much support evidence like showing that this product will success, and so once everyone loves this product, it gives me a lot of encouragement. So that's your part. You prove your idea. Mm-hmm. This is the most exciting part, and also the teamwork, because some of our team members based in Shenzhen, China, so there's like a time difference between us, but we will continuous work at 24 hours, something like that. So when I get up,
big advantage, yeah.
when I get up and they just hand over something to me, and like after I take off and they began to work. So their efficiency is amazing, and their teamwork is amazing.
Have you always seen yourself as an entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Have you done other products when you were younger, or?
Yes, a marketing team.
Okay.
And I do marketing team in China, and then come to America. I found the marketing team, and then I think because we have great idea and we have some marketing sense, so I want to do my own product, especially my own brand, and so I just began from the one I think it's a pain point. How
is entrepreneurship different in China versus here?
I think in China it's much harder. It's not that easy to get success if you really don't have anything and if you don't have any resources. But it's like not say easy, but the market is more fair here.
Do you think you could have launched this project in China?
I think that's a good question. That's the part we it's the hardest part for me and for us, because there will be some copycat or someone, making it with probably more low cost. So it's really hard market, and the protection of their patent, the patent protection is not that efficient here. So it will be their hardest market for us.
So when you're thinking about that, you're like, hey, I have this incredible idea. I can actually create this thing, and then what if someone actually rips this off? Did you just kind of make the decision, maybe that's going to happen, but I'm still going to do this? Or what are your thoughts on that?
I know it will happen anyway, but it's not affect me to do such things. So I think as long as I can, run faster than others, sell faster or doing more, to explore this product to the people. Yeah.
And it's also creating that brand first. Then people know you as the go-to, deliverer of that kind of product. So I think there's also I just have a few more questions here, but I think there's a big problem, or not a big problem, but a big hurdle that you also have with fulfillment, because you have incredible success here, but now you have to ship this out to 28,000 people.
Yeah, I know, but I know that will be a very very hard part for us, because we have 5 colors and a lot of backer back us for different quantity, so it's kind of hard. Yeah.
Are you going to use any tools to help with that? Are you going to do with a fulfillment center, or what is your thought process on that?
I will use some tool. I know there's some tool on the market, but we didn't decide which one to use. There's a backer key and also manager pledgers like discount too on the market. We try to use like one of them.
Mm-hmm. I just want to also like share with the listeners to have 28,000 products like shipped to you. That would just be like overwhelming almost. You know, I can only even imagine the solving this own logistics problem and then packaging all of those and getting those all shipped out.
Yeah. Yeah. And also we have some little gift for the audience, for their supporter.
Mm. Yeah. So that's going to be really interesting. I think in and of itself, and
I will let you know what's your tips inside if when I begin to ship the product.
Totally. So you have 68 hours to go with this project. Where can people go and check you out and learn more about the campaign?
Right now you can go to Kickstarter, and in the popular section, we are ranking the number 3. After that, you can go to our official website, MOFT.us, MOFT.us. We will doing some pre-order. Before that, we will doing pre-order on Indiegogo after the campaign ends on Kickstarter.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing some of these tips. I really appreciate it. I also appreciate getting into some of the lessons that you've learned. I'd love to sort of give you the last word here, and maybe you could share with the listeners like a final word of encouragement for other people, other female entrepreneurs or other entrepreneurs outside the United States that are getting started. Or you could give a final bit of advice or a word of caution in some ways. I'm going to leave you to have the last word here.
Okay, thank you. So I think as an entrepreneur and female entrepreneur, just think big, because trust yourself and make it hard. There will be a chance and something will happen.
Very well said. Jaja, thank you so much for coming on the show, and we'll have to have you back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Let me tell you about our latest sponsor, SendPro Online by Pitney Bowes. Shipping can be complex. Things can get really confusing really fast. With SendPro Online, it's easy to save time and money no matter what you send, from letters and packages to overnights and flats. You can easily compare USPS, UPS, and FedEx in an all-in-one online tool. You can print shipping labels and stamps directly from your printer. You can even track all of your shipments and get email notifications when they've arrived. SendPro Online is only $14.99 a month, and listeners can get a free 30-day trial when you visit pb.com/crowdcrux. That's pb.com/crowdcrux. Experience the convenience of SendPro Online for yourself when you sign up for a free 30-day trial. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Crowdfunding Demystified podcast. My name is Salvador Briggman. Thank you for joining me here today and listening to some of the things that Jaja has learned going out there with her crowdfunding campaign and also launching a whole new business, a whole new product, and bringing that into the world. My goal with this show is to kind of like document and to give you different examples of different types of products that are working on crowdfunding, of different types of entrepreneurs, different individuals from around the world. I really want to make it almost like a no-brainer that you should launch this campaign, but also give you the tried and true and tested practices for getting traffic, for getting attention, for getting backers, all those kinds of things, and also bring it with a little bit of my personality and some of my dumb questions, because I obviously don't have all the answers. I am also always trying to keep my finger on the pulse with this cutting edge new industry. And that's sort of my goal here, is to always be understanding the things that are working. Now, up until 2012 until today, I pretty much have been documenting the strategies that go into a successful Kickstarter launch. I've been doing this privately. I've been also doing it as I've been working with students. I've really just been learning as I've been going, and I put all of that information and all of those findings into the book, The Kickstarter Launch Formula. The Kickstarter Launch Formula is like a seminal work for me that is available via Audible, via Amazon. There's also a Udemy course that goes through some of the teachings of the Kickstarter Launch Formula. If you're interested in getting access to this, I'm going to link you to basically a form where when you sign up for a free 30-day trial on Audible, you will also get a free copy of the Kickstarter launch formula, or if you want to, you can just buy it outright. I love Audible. I think it's a great idea. In fact, you can listen to books as on your go, while you're, going to work, maybe you're walking, you're going jogging, you can listen to an Audible book. So the link for that is crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter audio. That's a really great place to start. crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter audio if you want to gain access to this launch formula that I have been studying. In addition, one of my goals with sort of my work and also my career has been to show other people how to do what it is that I'm doing. So I've done other stuff, like I've written books on blogging, I've written books on podcasting, and one of the newer things that I'm doing is I'm releasing a free course on podcasting. So if you are listening to this show and you're like, hey man, this sounds cool, like you get to interview people, you get to talk about things, you get to educate or teach, or maybe you want to have like a comic related comedian style or politics entertainment style podcast, that is something you can do nowadays, and it's so exciting. There's so many people that are launching podcasts, people seeing tremendous success. So if you are at all interested in launching, growing, and monetizing a podcast, stay tuned because this link might just transform your journey. That link is crowdcrux.com/free podcasting course. That is crowdcrux.com/free podcasting course. Just enter your name and email, and I will start sending you some emails about podcasting. And in addition, I say that that this could transform your life, and I'm not trying to oversell myself, but quite honestly, we all stand on the shoulders of giants. We stand on the shoulders of the people who can create a microphone, who create hosting, who have different softwares out there. Obviously learning about marketing from different sources. We all stand on the shoulders of giants, and my goal is to kind of give you what I have, to give you the knowledge that I have in terms of microphones and equipment, in terms of how to improve your sound of your voice, to sound more confident, and also how to actually have a podcast that gets listeners and attracts attention. I just want to share it with you, man. I think it's important that you're always giving back to the people that are helping you. And this is kind of my goal. And I also love teaching, just to be honest, I love teaching. So if you're interested, again, finally, that link is crowdcrux.com/free podcasting course. I also invite you to dive into some of the other archives of this show, listen to some of the other entrepreneurs and individuals and incredible people I've had on. But that's pretty much all I got for you this week. Until next time.